Please give it up for the very funny David Perdue, everybody. Come on.
All right, we're going to have fun. Look at us. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out here. Just, look at us, just believing in each other. None of us sick. We just going to all live forever. Look at us. We're doing it. I'm excited to be here, man, doing comedy in front of real live people. During the pandemic, I had to do Zoom comedy shows. Anybody go to a Zoom comedy show? I knew it was some good people in here. You went to one? Get out. You're a terrible person. The whole world was like, we're going to chill. And you were like, I need a clown right now. I wanted to chill too. I didn't like it. I didn't like it because, like, you know, I got to interact with you just now, and it was fun. Can't do it in the Zoom show. The Zoom show, I remember one time I was like, hey, dude, in the top right corner. He just blacked out his screen. And I was like, hey, man, I need you right now. Don't do that to me. Pandemic was weird. It's a weird time, the pandemic. I will say this about the pandemic, and I know I think it brought us together as human beings, right? And I know us fighting over toilet paper in the stores doesn't feel like it, but do you remember, this is why I know it brought us together. There was a time, I would say early April, early April, when everybody, no matter what your race, religion, creed, no matter what it was, we all decided at the same time to make banana bread. We all decided to do that. Didn't we? Clap it up, we made some sort of bread. Why? Why did we do that? Did you get an email? Was it banana bread season? Why did we do that? We were all about to die, and we were like, we need carbs first, though. Got to fill up on these carbs. It was a weird time. We lost, to be real, we lost a lot of people. A lot of people didn't make it. I lost a lot of people in my family. I lost my grandfather. He was 96 years old, and it's okay. Okay, I don't know why you wooted that. That was weird. But it's cool. I appreciate it. No, 96 years old, and to be honest with you, I wasn't, he died, but, that's all he had left to do, so I wasn't mad at it. You know what I mean? No, it's okay. He was, you look disturbed, and I want to say this, right? It's not that I'm happy he died. I'm just saying, you ever meet somebody that, should have been dead a long time ago and just didn't do it? You know what I mean? My granddad was 96 years old. I found out that he had been drinking moonshine since he was 7 years old. You know what I mean? I found out my granddad had a bullet in his left knee from a duel. You know what a duel is? If you know what a duel is, and two people get in an argument and they say the winner of this argument will be alive. That means my granddad is a whole murderer. Yeah, that means every time in Christmas, he was, I can't believe you got me socks. I'm like, I can't believe you was out here murdering people. You don't get to be picky about your Christmas gifts, murderer. Yeah, man. I lost my grandmother, too. My grandmother, she was 91. I lost my grandmother. And it's weird. None of them died from COVID, which is like, come on, man, give me something. No, she was 91. And again, she lived a great life, 91 years, raised 7 kids in the east side of Detroit, one of the worst neighborhoods in America. And all her kids went on to have advanced degrees and are amazing human beings. So when I say she ran her race, she ran her race. I wasn't upset. I knew it was her time to go. I will say this, though. We had to go to the funeral. And let me just say this. We've all been to funerals. None of them are fun. But they can be funny. Absolutely. Anytime you get that many family around, it absolutely be funny. This is a true story. We're standing outside my grandma's house, and all our families over there were waiting to go to the funeral, and this car pulls up. And this guy gets out the car, and everybody is losing their mind about this guy. Oh, my God, I can't believe he's here. Oh, my God, I can't believe he's here. And I'm like, who is he? Who is this person? I turned to my aunt. I said, Auntie, who is this man? And my auntie was like, oh, that's your cousin. And I was like, I thought I knew all my cousins. Why don't I know this cousin? She was like, how old are you? I said, I'm 34. What does that have to do with anything, right? And she's like, he actually has been in prison the last 34 years. And that's when I started doing prison math in my head, 2 to 5 years, I was like, oh, you was out here stealing some stuff you weren't supposed to steal, 34 years, I was like, he was out here murdering people. I said, Auntie, what did he do? And she was like, he was out here murdering people. And listen, I don't want to get my family business out there, but here's how I know without a shadow of a doubt, he murdered everybody that said he murdered. If you know anything about black people, you know this. If any time black person involved in the criminal justice system and there's a slightest little bit of doubt that they might not have did that shit, you best believe you're going to see their face on a T-shirt and it's going to say free whatever the hell their name is. And I ain't never seen this man's face on no T-shirt. My whole family's like, he did that shit. Keep him away from people. He don't need to be out like that. Yeah, man. He came in the house and my cousin trying to introduce me, said, hey, this your cousin Dave. He's a comedian. I'm like, shut up. He didn't know my information like that. And he looked up and he was like, you a comedian? I was like, I guess so. He was like, I love comedians, man. Y'all bring me so much joy. And I was like, man, everybody bring you joy this side of the bars. It's not impressive. And then my cousin's like, you should follow him on Instagram. And I was like, why would he do that, you know? And he did. He pulled out an iPhone 13, which is better than my iPhone. So I was like, damn, people love you more than me. That's crazy. And he pulls it out and he follows me and he looks up real slow. He goes, you gonna follow me back? And I was like, of course I am, you murderer. I don't know what sent you in the last time. I don't know what your threshold is for wanting to murder people. I followed him immediately. I only brought this up to answer a question that I was wondering when I met him for the first time. Anybody ever curious what a murderer follows on Instagram? Like, I wonder what a murderer might follow. Anybody curious? I'll tell you, puppy pages. Just little puppy pages, little kitten, like cat pages, that's it. And then me. That's all he follows. Cats, puppies, and then old cousin Dave. And here's the worst part. Every time I post an event in life on Instagram, he's the first person to comment, I see you, cuz, clap emoji, clap emoji. And I'm just like, hey, support me more quiet. Don't do that to me. I don't need people to know my greatest supporters got bodies. That's crazy. Then I had to go to my grandma's wake. Anybody been to a wake? You know what a wake is, right? Do you know the origins of a wake? If you don't know the origins of a wake is bad. Apparently science was so bad back in the day that people just let the bodies, rest up a little bit in case they woke back up. Did you know that? That's ridiculous. I'm like, we're gonna send somebody to the moon. I think we know when people are dead now. We don't have to do this no more, right? And it's a somber moment because it's the last time you're viewing your family member. So I had to look at my grandmother, right? And I was with my grandmother, and I had those, you had the emotions, And my aunt, I guess she was trying to, support me as she saw I was, having these, this moment where I was about to cry or whatever. And she looks at me, she just goes, look at her, Dave. Look at her. Don't she look good? And I was like, no! No, she don't look good. She used to look real good when she was making macaroni and cheese. She look terrible right now. Don't lie over my grandma like this. Nobody looks good dead. I hated it so much. Here's the thing that made me most upset about the whole situation, though. My grandma, she was an old church lady, so they put a church lady hat, church lady, dress, church lady pearls, her church lady shoes. I could not understand, though, is why they put prescription glasses on my dead grandma. They did. They put her right on there. And I turned to my auntie. I said, Auntie, why I got these glasses on my grandma? Auntie didn't miss a beat. She said, well, baby, she got to be able to see Jesus when she get there. No, even if you believe that, that's not how that works. If you believe that, you're supposed to get a new body, new eyes. So now I'm just up here thinking about my grandma can't see Jesus because she got a bad prescription on her face, and that's all she wanted to do was see Jesus. I wanted to take them glasses off her face, but I couldn't do it. People was going to fight me. I turned to my brother and sister who's right there. I said, look here, y'all. If I die before y'all, don't y'all put me in no glasses. I'll be so mad if I wake up in heaven, I still got an astigmatism. That is not for me. I got time for one more thing? I got one more thing. I will not take my time. It is not about me, but I do have to do this joke. I have to do this joke, and I'm glad you already laughed at everything I already said because this joke sometimes make people not like me, but I don't care. Not that I don't care. I'm obligated to do it. This is my one and only Black History Month joke, and I'm on Martin Luther King Boulevard entertaining a bunch of white people, so I absolutely have to do this joke. Because if I don't do this joke, I'm going to lose my black card a little bit. And I don't know if you know a black card, that's what we lose 15% on Jordans. So it's just true. These are facts. All right, this is real true. Do we all know who George Washington Carver is? Okay, what do we know George Washington Carver for? Peanuts. Y'all are an educated crowd. I'm glad you said that. Sometimes crowds would be like cookies. And I'm like, no, that's Famous Amos. What are you doing? That's the wrong black man. Peanuts, though, right? All right, you can Google this. I'm not making this up. This is a very true fact. Did you know that George Washington Carver, as a child, was actually castrated by his slave owner in an attempt that was very common practice, an attempt to prevent George Washington Carver from deflowering his daughter? Did y'all know that? It's a very true thing. You can Google it. You can hear his voice. You can tell this actually happened. But did you hear what I said? The man responsible for over 300 inventions with the nut. He ain't had no nuts. Look at this woke crowd like, nope, Dave not laughing at that. Fuck that, nope. You can laugh at that because life is about balance, people. It's about balance. And here's the balance I find in his joke. I like to believe George Washington Carver is up in heaven looking down, just giggling like hell at all the little white kids that got peanut allergies. And he's just like, look at this. Look what I did. I got the last laugh, bitch. All right, y'all, that's my time. My name is David Joseph Bertu. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.